When the Joseph Parker brought to power, Israel private jet from here to go to Louisiana. Yeah. But I will speak because people in sacrifice for me were passing to go on God. Spend my own money to bring him to power because we thought the road yesterday was going to be right today. Yeah. I had no regret to vote against one person here. But the people that are brought to power will regret why I had to vote for them. They can be for them. This country is a better place and will be a better place. Yes, sir. Because there's money in the country that we can live for. We don't need money from outside. So, but we don't want to empower people here. We say that our lawmakers, we have become lawbreakers. We have become criminals. We put all the money in the budget for ourselves and leave them out. I want to challenge some of your lawmakers. Some people say they want this senator. They're breaking all the law. The law you mean breaking the law, but you want to go up. You know why people want to go out? Because they want to increase the time. They say they're too short. You cannot be a gangster, then you want to run global. You cannot be a lawmaker that is respecting the law that we made ourselves. Then you say you want this senator, and then you waste your time. Nobody here can be for the government economy. But when we can be for it's not happening and it will never happen. The only thing they are there for, when last people for the government and say, sacrifice people, don't know what I'm saying, give me 1% I want to go in law. But they say that over there is why their family post because they need work. It's not the person that needs work, and the person sacrifice post they want there. We employ our family, but some people are happy because it is a time to be happy. It is nobody time when the country is not better. It is everybody time when the country is better. And we give this as a challenge to all of you people. 2029, we may be on the ballot for the presidency. Where we will come here and say, you people will have to appoint a commissioner for sacrifice. They are educated people. It's not about education. It's about how well you govern your people. They are people that have degrees, they know nothing. The only person with every people that they can achieve nothing from. Our marketeers will come to power. In every country, at least 2 million employees for marketeers, people runners, and younger boys to empower themselves. The money is there. But everything long as we carry the benefit of. Because we are close.
You go for Yaka. Yes. For because Yaka Kulman and the one that is talking to him was. So you are telling to this Yaka Kulman because a budget. Oh, Yaka can be talking to the president. It's not a good thing. Unless you give for power, you give for job. Yes. They're happy. Say my mother, your mama happy to you. Say you are not going to do
one more freedom for when they welcome me, they say they were freedom fighters. When they welcome me, they say they were liberators. But when they kill their crown, they change their mind. When they kill their crown, they change their mind. What kind of people they so?
They are freedom fighters.
What kind of people they so?
They are freedom fighters.
You freedom fighter, you raping our women.
They are freedom fighters.
Freedom fighter, you killing our children.
They are freedom fighters.
Freedom fighter, you destroying our country.
They are freedom fighters. fight.
Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, ayo, ayo. Ayo, yo, ayo, ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, ayo, ayo. Ayo, yo, ayo, ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo. When they were coming, they said they were liberators. When they were coming, they said they were liberators. But when they came their ground, they changed their mind. When they came their ground, they changed their mind. What kind of people they so?
They are freedom fighters.
What kind of people they so?
They are freedom
You
fighters.
freedom fighter, you raping our women.
They are freedom
You
fighters.
freedom fighter, you killing our children.
They are freedom fighters.
Freedom fighter, you destroying our country.
They are freedom fighters.
Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, ayo, ayo. Ayo,
Oh, yes, indeed. What a great day.
ayo.
What a beautiful
Ayo,
moment
ayo. Ayo,
and a pleasing pleasure it feels to be back here behind these microphones
music.
to engage, of course, on the issues that matter to Liberia's growth and development. Good morning, Liberia. Good morning to those of you in the diaspora. It's always good to have you join us for breakfast. Those of you following the radio, online, the Facebook, the YouTube. Good morning. Welcome back. Of course, this is the Tuesday edition of the Breakfast Show on the People's Radio, Freedom 87.9. Good morning, West Point, Niku Town, Logan Town. All of our slum communities. Good morning. Welcome. And thanks for all of your support. We are grateful. I am told, of course, and I've also established that we have a very strong, huge followership in the Catwell area. A special good morning to all of you residents of Catwell, all the different communities along there. Good morning to the motorcyclists, the keke riders along that corridor, the legal hustlers. Oh yes, and everyone. It's good to be here. As always, too many things to talk about, lots of things happening in Liberia. And indeed, just as we predicted, remember when we announced somewhere around the first quarter when the government of Liberia announced that there was around 26 million or so budget shortfall for budget shortfall, you remember? And of course, after all of the assessments around there, the projections were clear that had the government not done some heavyweight lifting, particularly the economic management team of the government, and of course the likes of Samoa, and of course Augustine P. Gafoa, right? The Paku economists, Prayer Bank economists, that of course we were poised for a rocket final quarters of the budgetary period. the budget year, the last quarter of the budget year, was going to be rocky.
When they
It's going to be difficult,
say they were
and the government was going to have some serious fiscal problems.
labor,
And today we are just where we predicted.
they cheat,
There is no way you can have from your bathing bucket, like they say.
they cheat.
So the mess has been created. The mess is there. The government priority. There's so much fiscally indiscipline, and the indiscipline is hurting the government. The Ministry of Finance was compelled to issue what I would consider an irresponsible statement, alerting family heads and family members and workers that there's going to be a delay in salary. That there's going to be a delay in salary, and somebody tried to pin that as being responsible. No, that is irresponsible. And that October salaries will delay up to the first or second week in November. Pretty much tell me we are entering the festive season. What a rescue it is. Christmas celebrations will be delayed. Well, what kind of government is this, folks? We have the best meaning to all of their actions, and that's why we are Freedom 87.9. So that's what the government said. And so they got beat on, and they were afraid of people like us, Muff. And so they ran, they have issued one other statement and say, oh, we'll not face the glitch, we'll not face the glitch, sorry, we'll not glitch again. So Gafon is afraid of us like this because this morning he knew that we were going to roast him like one country chicken. But look, it is not over. All that thing that face saving. And besides, it is not like this is the first time that salary has delayed. But he was only trying to kind of water down on the prediction that we made, so that our prediction don't seem like, oh, yeah, Abu then said it, happening in November, our salary not come, blah blah blah. And we even hosted Benedict Koluba here the other time. He talked about it, that it's going to be difficult with how things are proceeding and the numbers that are all over the place. Is going to be difficult and challenging for the government in October, November, and December. And this is where we are. They eat all the country money on flying private jets, buying $1.2 million car for the president, buying makeup for the president and the first lady, buying Inasi yellow makeup. Katumu Bara can wear yellow makeup. When she wear yellow clothes, she put yellow makeup. She wear red clothes, she put red makeup. What kind of woman is that? Tell you how they can do the makeup thing. But look, we're talking about that. And no matter what, well, there's some things we need to inform you about. Our sources are telling us a whole lot about the fiscal space. And so we'll share with you some of these so that you brace yourself and know exactly that we are headed for troubles. So today, of course, at 9 o'clock, we're going to take time to painstakingly run through the U.S. State Department Business Climate Report on Liberia, so that all of you understand the letter, spirit, and intent, and of course, the interpretation of these reports and what it means for your life and your business and all of that. We'll also help make some recommendations for the government. We know this is not a listening government. We've always tried to give them some pieces of advice. But guess what? Their head bent, and their concentration is just to steal from the people and use propaganda to mesmerize them. Ministry of Health has also announced a kind of health emergency around a severe cold, very stubborn cold, fresh cold that's in the air. Warning citizens against that. It's important that you take precaution and stay safe and keep your family safe, because you know what, when these kinds of cold enter the family, it gives the children a very difficult time and all that. My name is Abu Sharif, and of course, it's good to have you join us as always. So today is Tuesday, and yesterday we reported that there was this arrangement in Grange there where the local authorities there were considering selling a very huge chunk of the native people land to a Burkinabe for just 600,000. And then somebody called. They said they were calling from Granjida and purporting to be a Granjida and all of that, and trying to be political about it. But the facts are coming out. Our job is to break this news, and then of course other media organizations will follow up, and then they'll come back and confirm the things we say. So it is a privilege that we get these things firsthand, and we waste no time but to let you know about them, put you in the driver's seat. And that's why we are the biggest breakfast platform. We start your day with the most intriguing, conversations around critical issues. So it's real. The thing is happening, and of course, a lot of people have been talking about it, and the debate has come up. So all of you have to get involved, consider and see how this conversation can be expanded, and then it will be looked at from a broader perspective instead of a few officials just sitting there for whatever kickback they can get. And they think 600,000 is sufficient to give out our land for 30 years. For 30 years, and the ownership of those lands are going to be given out. What other ways can we design to ensure that we ourselves can build, till this land and reap the same benefit that the Burkinabes are coming to pay that sum for? And they're not going to pay in bulk. In fact, they're going to be paying it in chicken chin until at the end of the cycle it reaches 600,000. Well, who does that? Where? Which part? Even Sierra Leone is not going to sound that. You don't go to the village in Sierra Leone and go tell the people, say Bobo and Titina will not do that. So why do you come here? You want to all kinds of things. But anyway, folks, we'll talk about these and all the other issues. Don't forget, today is also cash winning day on star 255 star 1 hash, star 255 star 1 hash. The more you play, the better your chances are to win. And it is a chance to also win a prize, a bag of rice. Here got the bag of rice still running, right?
Yes, the bag of rice is still running, and so yeah, this is what. So yes, the bag of rice is still running, and our followers can ensure the benefit this morning by just dialing star 255 star 1 hash or star 255 star 1 hash. Is it's just for 50 Liberian dollars. You stand a chance to win up to 10,000 Liberian dollars, so 5,000 up to 10,000 Liberian dollars, and then you also stand a chance to win a bag of 25 kg rice here this morning. So 6 up to 8 at 8:15. Let's hope and see that we can do a draw right here to give money. But the more you play, the better your chances are. The reason you've seen us not doing frequent draws as we used to do is because many of you apparently are not taking interest or are not playing. So because of that, we cannot do.
You won't win, but
Yeah. So it's a system set up
It
here
doesn't
that,
work like that.
you must play, and once the threshold is met, then yes, we can move on to do a draw. But until you can do so, we are not able to do a draw. So if you see, we tell you the threshold all the time is at least between now to 8:15 we can do a draw. We're hoping that between now to 8:15 we can meet the threshold. But if we can meet it, then we have to wait until we can do so. So it is up to you for 50 Liberian dollars or 25 cents. Just pick up your Lone Star Cell MTN mobile money phone and then dial star 255 star 1 hash or star 255 star 1 hash if you are using the smartphone, and then you stand a chance to win up to 5,000 up to 10,000 here, plus a bag of 25 kg rice. So good morning to all of you following. It's good to be back here. We promised yesterday that we were going to be here, and gratefully we are here. Thankful to God for life, and so we're here to continue with the Liberian People's Job, and it's good to be here.
Certainly, as always. So, okay. So yeah, too many things. I'm getting some.
I think it's from this. Let's try.
Okay, I'll show it from that. So you use the other one.
This is. So let's see. Let's take.
Okay, so So there is a GSC report on the Liberia Electricity Corporation, and it's damning. It's damning of some things, some issues about decisions and contracting, and of course, that were signed. And most of these things were signed during the era of the United Party government. Most of what the GSC talked about, Higa, the GEP, the Jungle Energy Power agreement. They say it was is flawed. The report is indicating that that whole arrangement is faulty, right? The Libianco, Lip Energy agreement, all the fake thing. You see, when we be telling you that United Party is a rogue arrangement, they will steal from the country. I think that joke, and we are not going to stop. So when they come, they cover the island, they know book too much, they bring all kind of things. You know what? Oh, and the same thing they're doing with the oil, the oil something, the oil blocks.
Yeah.
The people finish selling all the country thing in the country. So the report is in this is reported in the Front Page Africa, right? We'll try to get the actual report tomorrow. We'll talk about it, but just to let you know that this is out. GSC uncovers governance lapses at LEC. No board meetings, no strategic plan for years, major irregularities in CLSG, GEP, Libiango, and Lip Energy agreements. Right? So that means the entire LEC operation has been fraudulent, has been contrary or against best practices, and of course, people have been profiting out of the spoil at the LEC. Who are those people? I can say. But at the end of the day, when we go into it,
one of the names mentioned there, Abu, one of the names mentioned there is behind this. There's two I think $2.50 cut monthly. So imagine now, I'm sure you know about that.
I think that a Leap Energy, something there, right? Yeah, the whole Libianco and Leap Energy thing that they're stealing from, that they're stealing from consumers.
That you have to.
They say even if you go and pour $100 on your meter right now,
no, they care.
They say at the end of the month you gotta recharge. If you're not recharge,
so they can take $2.50 from there. So
exactly.
Who that $2.50 is going to? That is
nobody know.
It's almost like Abu. You and I here.
So government taxes are deducted when you buy your electricity. Then they go ahead and take monthly fees. So the question is, where is that monthly fee going to?
So imagine if we have about 300,000 households connected and using meter, and that 300,000, everybody monthly paying $2.50.
So the report points out to bad management practices and faulty deals. Bad management practices and faulty deals. So while LEC men be passing around, beating people, wives, and beating people, children, and say, what you might call it, power theft and blah blah blah, it's against the law. They are running the company through a very terrible management practices, and of course, signing faulty deals and corrupting the Liberian people. Successive leadership or management of the LEC are accused in this and all. So now, tomorrow when we are going into it, bro, we're going for all. Tomorrow is going to be D-Day, because for too long, LEC people been passing around. They would just grab people, they be beating people, doing all kind of things. They went Kakata, they grab the people, they beat them, family hair, they do all kind of things. We agree. So that your time for us to be here. And fellow Liberians, once we start to read a report and we call a name for you, we will announce their number. You should call them. You should embarrass them for stealing from the country and signing bad deals. The people not responsible. You hear the U.S. government report. They say the justice system not working. So don't even waste your time. So basically, we will find justice for ourselves. When we catch the rogues, we'll announce it, and then we'll give the number. We'll give their number to you, the ordinary people. When you wake up in the morning, your child here and no medication in the hospital, just someone a text to them. They're part of the people that are stealing from the country. that denying the presence of medication. When you carry your child to school, your child has to sit down on rack. You see schools building leaking and all these things. Send them messages, call them, talk, beating. Chungi there. That all uno justice. Because the court, we expect the court hold them accountable, prosecute them. They're doing friendship. They can't do nothing. Right? The court are compromised. But Liberians look at what is going on in the country right now. Higa. We have a government that is under constitutional obligation to deliver on the welfare, social service, and deliver adequate and timely social services for the people. The government says, you know what, which we're going to talk about, that the way you're looking at the way CDC being headquartered, in fact, the next project is becoming being headquartered all across the country.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that.
When there are issues affecting the common people.
No, the people. Technically, they put suspending all the common people issue and just raising money.
The real reason why you rescue them,
party haircut.
The real reason why you rescue them, they are suspending that reason, and their focus now is going to be competing with the opposition or the CDC. Competing with the CDC when CDC now since CDC spoke about the former president going to do a county tour, they've started now to announce that the president now thinking,
the president?
Buckeye. Since
I challenged them.
Since it was announced that former president Weah is going to start off his county tour in January, now it has become the priority of the government to ensure that the president too can do a county tour. So the CDC is talking about building a party headquarters. Now the government is talking about building a party headquarters. In fact, the same way CDC said, like when Eugene Nangwe appeared on OKFM, he said the CDC is going to ensure that they build headquarters in the 15 counties of our country. Now the Unity Party, the government is saying they too are about to build 15 party headquarters in the 15 counties of our country. So it is now becoming like a competition between the CDC or the opposition and, of course, the ruling party. So the real agenda they brought to you, for which you saw important and rescued them, no, that agenda is no longer important at this point. It is about competing with the opposition, and it's not about your interest any longer.
Correct. So there is more to that. About that whole party thing. They can decide to be childish. That's up to them. But they're the ruling party. They're accountable to us. The CDC is not accountable to us. No other opposition parties are accountable to the Liberian people. The party that has the responsibility to deliver on the aspirations and interests of the Liberian people is the Unity Party. So we will put them against the laws. The code of conduct is here. Remember, once upon a time, and you know, God always has a way of bringing things back to see whether people were real or truthful. There was this code of conduct debate, I think Article 5 or Section 5, about political participation and all that. Once upon a time, I listened to this president. He sat on a table with some officials and pretended as if to say he was unaware that there were party officials who he had appointed into key governmental roles, kind of pretending to say, oh, the code of conduct, you need to resign, this, that. And the ombudsman got set up, and we heard that they were trying to make some effort, and all of these things are all lip service. And the likes of Amos Tuer, Cornelio Cry, and all of these folks challenged the country, because if you challenge the law, and refuse to do what the law requires, you're challenging the country. You're putting yourself above the sovereignty of the country. And the president is abating these things, these habits, and this attitude. And the same people, aside from the fact that they're holding party role and holding serious roles in the government, they're also flouting the law by actively getting involved with party activities, using government resources, using government time, using government logistics, and all of that. And they're proudly doing it. And Cornelio Kratupa is announcing and naming senior government officials to fundraisers for a political party. right? And all of these things. So we're going to look at it this morning. But just on the flip side here, let's go to this one. This is our in-house. So since the groundbreaking, the government of Liberia and its supporters have been pounding on former president. We are, having debate about his physical outlook and all of that, and equating that to being ill, and all of those things. So the debate has gone for like 3-4 days and all of that. So yesterday, as we know, for the most part, and the former president gave a response, right?
To his WhatsApp page, he gave a response. He said, "You guys can say all you want to say about
you want
me."
to put it on the page.
Let's share it on the screen.
Yeah. So he made a response, and that is the one we want to look at briefly, and everybody can weigh in their thoughts and blah blah blah. And we'll find some pictures and do some comparative analysis and see whether the former president was actually referring to regular bleachers and face beat, people, or he was trying to throw some kind of political blow in the political space. And then we look directly at his direct rivals and see who qualifies the bill, right? Is it the president? So we look at the president, we look at Mr. Cummings, and we compare Mr. Cummings' photos and all of that. If you compare Mr. Cummings' photo, is it a peer leg? And Mr. Cummings wears face bead, and then we know whether that yes or no. And when we look at other political leaders, then we come to the president, we look at the president on his pictures before and his pictures now. Because basically our job is to uncover the facts. We won't know who is using face bead or makeup, because what kind of crew, man?
You gotta look at crew, man. You see how me.
I don't know. You know who the president is.
I did not sleep. I did not sleep soon yesterday or last night. You know the reason? I was following a debate on those bloggers pages.
Okay, so the bloggers were...
Oh no,
everybody were in it.
So the Yeke Koluba, there's a blog page that is called Yeke Koluba. The one I admire there always is the moral lesson. For every time the guys post, they will come down with moral lesson. Go there, go see the moral lesson.
Moral lesson can be crazy thing they can be writing. So this was President Weah's response to all of the government criticism on his physical outlook, or his body, and all of that.
For those of you following on the radio, he says, "You guys can say all you want to say about me, but be reminded that I do not use makeup to hide my face. I am a natural man, GMW, George Manning Weah."
So I don't know. I mean, this is kind of confusing me, right? So people are criticizing and say, "Oh, Mr. President, you've lost weight, blah blah blah." So you people say, "Oh, you're not well, blah." Say, President, say, "But wait, all the thing you're talking, me a natural man. I can't put pin on my face to have my,
to have my ugliness.
Skin." Me has the ugliness. Are you talking ugliness? So.
So
right,
we come look for people who
exactly.
Who
so for us to begin the comparative analysis, we can't jump to other people. So we gotta go to the United Party, because the United Party people were putting more on the man about a physical. So let's post some Bwaka picture there and see whether we can see, and whether we can find some things, whether sometimes they can pull pin. Whenever you put pin, why do you pin the wall, right? And when they get on the wall, you bring pin, you cover it there. So anytime you see somebody putting face bead, I mean the layer under is not presentable, so you got to put a fresh layer to look good. So I mean, why would people be living unnatural? God face you. I mean, that God, you got to be appreciative. If God made your own face rampant and put some slap on this side, put slap on the other side, you take it as that.
So we about to share some of the pictures we got, but like we said, just continue to play your cash giveaway. We are moving.
But guess what though? You come and have people now talking about moral. Oh, that the president, but the same people who were just recently, insulting a former president, talking about his health, comparing him a physical.
So
blow
the
for
interesting thing about that whole thing.
Mm-mm.
So says the former president just posted that stuff, and his supporters started pushing it. Your man released him.
Yeah,
what their supporters not.
I saw Amos Twitter stuff and begin trying to do a story.
You know,
in fact,
I like the radical approach that is coming out from the opposition.
the
I like the
CDC
radical
guys, the
approach.
men say 5 for 5. And but
Yeah.
guess what? That thing, I don't know whether that thing Amos Twitter wrote, whether CDC will open the line, whether you will agree to ceasefire at this point or not, right? So no, let's go to the inauguration day. Okay, during the inauguration, this is the president. This is how the president face look. Very natural, right? Here you go.
Yeah, not
And everything is okay. I'm not sure this was what the former president was talking about. So if this is the picture, I'm not sure because the old man is equally natural. So the old man can just be that, and, you know, my name is JMB. I'm natural. I can pull face B. Looking at the inauguration picture, the time he fainted, and you know, everything is natural. And you know, a face, everything okay in his country suit. Let's go to another picture. Come here. You think we won't settle this? Cool. This is another picture. While in opposition here in West, two of them looking natural, right? You see the old man face, natural. So we'll also bring the picture of the old man in the yellow suit. We'll also look at that and make sure that the natural look is consistent and it remain. Nothing changed along the line. We want to make sure that this measure that former president we are now launch, it ain't coming hit our presidents. I won't make sure whether they're not our president side going to. So you see all of them looking natural. Forget about the man here. Down the man here came from taking drip. Forget about that one. Anybody can get sick.
Let's consider the face. Let's talk about the face.
Okay. So okay. Wow, the two pictures that I seen.
A different one. Are the same president, yeah? But
Yeah, that was asking what are the same person. Because we just posted the inauguration picture of our president. Me, I like to be fair with people, but then he got sharing another picture. Yeah, they want to resemble, you know, they won't resemble the
real president.
So, but the other one,
But the
our
acting
president, yeah.
No, when our real president travel, that the acting president can be taking.
Damn it.
So all the releases are executive.
But why
marshal.
the other picture looking black? They want looking red.
So all the releases are how they call it, the executive marshal can do, and the acting president they can use.
So technically, apparently, that they picture the former
president are talking about.
Because if this is if not some beginning doing the thing, if that real thing they mean a cartoon post someone pin on the head. Is in the coming down.
So
hey look.
you gotta look at crewman going beef with you.
Right? There is no so
This is why the real
now
issue
the
came from.
real issue now come out. So you see the other picture?
You remember when he went when the former president,
Mm-hmm.
but before even his inauguration,
Yeah.
when he went to the US, where his supporters were, or where Stanton's supporters were saying that the president refused to shake Stanton's hand.
Mm-hmm.
This was part of the preparation that they made before he could appear
In the public.
in the public. So you can
So
see.
go down. Let me
Yeah.
see. Let me see.
So okay, this is the before.
Okay, this is before the presidency,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Before he started doing his face.
Okay, so before he even went to America, y'all see the one what? Oh, I can remember this picture. This was at the Benson Street Mosque. They went for the prayer service. I remember the picture. For those of you watching, you'll see the picture in the camel hat. The one the president get a camel hat. It happened right here in Benson Street Mosque. He went for prayer service there. I think it was the inaugural prayer service. So you're seeing the picture how the president looking natural in that one. Then come down. So when he went to America, he left from the prayer service, he went to America now.
Yeah.
By the time the painting business started, like America can bring all kind of trouble in the country. Take the president from here, carry the man. Go pin the man. You see the lady?
So the
Doing
lady
the painting time now.
Yeah.
Right? So let's see the finished product.
This is the finished product.
Here come the man from Wansonga, Joseph Newman Barkai.
So
New look.
Abu, have you seen some of our sisters?
Mm.
You've seen their natural faces, right?
by the time we're in high school, they had some kind of Nigerian comedy video that used to be passing around where they get doing vacation, during school time, she was black. But then during the vacation, she went on vacation. When she came back, her color changed.
Yeah.
I just not forget about the lines in the something. Yeah, but it's a very that how they picture looking. They had to move on in Benson Screen more to go and Morocco and come back. Our president 15 the Imam said, can you remember again? Say, oh, that the president, not the president did. Yeah. So this is what we get. So we found Jawia message where we're going to. So technically, Jawia are trying to say that the president got to stop. You got to be proud of himself and use his natural look. And we think the president is a stand-up bearer of the country. You got to do that. Because if the president be doing it, then the Ghana will start, the Ghana will continue their bleaching. And nobody get ready to tell, and then you say, oh, you bleaching, you changing your color. Because, oh, look at the president. This is complete bleach. Complete bleach. Whoever is doing this to the president is not doing well. We can't have all the president in the world portrait, and then we see our own. Anyway, see anybody see it somewhere, no scared that face beat.
Yes.
Well, I thought that only the four ladies are doing face beat because that woman.
But you know the argument about the former president health, I don't know how many can be thinking. Abu, you
went there that day, you saw the normal physical training.
Yeah, so we are even on his birthday, Abu. He played basketball for more than 2 hours plus. You and I know. We have played basketball for more than 2 hours plus. So how can a man who is physically, or maybe you can say health-wise is not strong, play basketball for more than 2 hours? Now, can we do a marathon between the two?
My man, leave all that marathon too. They make a thing of the news. Because everybody are not focusing on this. I mean, this is revealing, this is news. This is to say that for whatever other right or wrong reason, the president is using makeup.
You remember, Abu, we have always got response for Boakai. He has always tried his best to respond to Boakai. I'm going to play this thing is just 30 seconds, I'm sure, or less, 11 seconds in fact. Just get this. You remember when he went in, when the vice president, what is it?
When you finish playing and when you play our pastor, and then we'll take few calls on it.
Yeah, the pastor. So let me get this stuff right here. You remember this, Abu? Let's get this stuff. So continue to play your cash giveaway *255 *255 *1 hash *255 *1 hash 50 LDO 25 cents. You stand a chance to win for yourself cash prize of between 5,000 to 10,000 plus a bag of rice. Let's go for this. Yeah, listen to this. 11 seconds it is.
For real. Then a man ain't gonna die what the man say again. You bleach.
So this was
the campaign.
The campaign.
That place Baga spoke was Banave Estate.
Yes. When he stood before the crowd and
said, where we are spoke was in Buchanan.
Yeah.
So when he went Banave Fee, he said he started lying to the boy. He said all the time he was presiding in the Senate. One day he see President Weah hand up. So President Weah went Buchanan and told the people, say, you will not see my hand because every time I have my hand on, you are sleeping. So you know that
one day
you will not see my hand because every time I put it on, you will be sleeping.
Folks, but let's take a few calls, man. Let's hear from this. They think they make up thing here is serious, folks. 0776 104 104 086 500 104 plus 3186 500 106 104 are the numbers. And the Secretary General of the United Party, sorry from distance, he said they think will not end all. So, gentlemen, let's cease fire. Do you agree to the ceasefire? Morning.
Go ahead. Thank you for the program. Let me say something. President, we are a poor person, right? If you look at President Baka physical appearance, a very bad. The making the center street that time you see that tower when you come in the tower. When the man moving, somebody got to be walking very time. They can't move alone. Somebody moving side by side.
Somebody say the president Sabu Atada Sabu.
They move side by side. The man move, the man walk at a robot. We work at the state. What that I make me compare with somebody. That's the have a good day, man.
Thank you very much.
How you gonna say the president Sabu Atada? What kind of problem?
Government, you won't government. Lee, you won't lead.
Good
You
morning.
will listen to realities.
Morning.
To cover misgovernance.
Hello.
Good morning.
Morning.
Walk away from your radio, please.
This is Moses.
Moses, you don't walk away, I'll cut you off. Okay, let's talk to somebody else. Good morning. 0776-104-104, 0886-500-104. Sometimes you just have to learn some things. You know, when you're in some position or certain position in life, you have to
No, but guess what? The guys feel when they were in opposition, all that mockery and thing they used to do with President Weah, and then would slide. They think it would slide this time.
No.
around.
Good morning.
Sorry, I'm going to
Morning, you
Morning.
live.
come up with you, man. I'm feeling sad. You're so great. Now, they took for one of them wearing simple. Because the vice president told us somebody wearing simple. So, who wearing the simple? The two who wearing the former president and the current president. Somebody in the president, the current president, said he wearing simple. So they also check now the two people who got, wearing simple as on the
Okay,
issue.
all right.
All right,
So hold on, this is coming in. Currently, as we speak, there are live protests at the LTC, Labrador Telecommunication Corporation, right? The LTC, there is a protest there. Workers are protesting. For what? We'll check out to know what is going on. So this is the rescue government.
Let's talk to David King. David, morning.
Yeah, morning. How you doing?
Go ahead, we okay.
Yeah, the real coup in President Weah, he's just trying to test it now. And I listen to those funny minutes, President now will reach it. That's time to reach. So what are you worrying about George Weah, physical morphology? George Weah is fit. Very much fit. When he returned to this country, he was playing basketball. You saw him on live camera. So President Weah is not sick.
So let's agree now. So because they won't be saying, oh, man, I thought about health business, say business. So you agree now on talk about health business?
Yeah, they break the ceasefire rule. So I didn't want to talking with modern. We're not ceasefire. We take it to the finish line. This Saturday. So we'll help them to end it. In fact, they know that they live in a glass house and they want to be trade soon. For us, we're already done. We fear no fall.
Okay, thank you very much. Because
Thank you.
Because the picture there, I know the beginning.
Let's talk to somebody else. Morning.
Trouble.
Good morning, Ega. Good morning to Abu.
Good morning, Edmond Carr. Welcome. Go ahead.
Yes, this is Edmond Carr. I normally refer to him as the unprepared president. So president that is not prepared. Every time you want to put your more unprepared because you walk like a jet before you talk about health conditions. So we are not going for ceasefire. That's we look. Our general have told us, and we agree with him that they're going to be fire for fire this time around. We want to get the unity party to change so that they can be able to try to govern and provide for the Liberian people as they promise. But saying they want to be always think that they can go after our political leader, we are not going to take it anymore.
Okay.
No.
Thank you.
We are going to fire for fire.
Thank
So
you.
the person who is not well is our guy.
Okay.
But the fact that he was falling during an operation, he are not declaring his health status, so it is clear that Baka is not in good
So
health
that who
condition.
on there, who the course, go to the pastor. Let's hear what the pastor said. Because
Yeah,
somewhere
let's-
the pastor talk about you. I know you froze. Say you remember that time where you
Yeah,
froze
yeah.
and all that. So let's
yeah,
see
yeah. He said
whether
the
we
pastor
can
said something
connect
like
that.
that.
So I don't know. And that pastor, like we've learned, is a staunch UP supporter
Yeah.
and all that of the current president. So why are these people so obsessed with Mr. Weah, and all of the time they have to make him the focus of the conversation to distract and all of that. So we'll spend small time on it, we'll go back to the mess and all of that. So the Auditor General is also being questioned, and a lot of things. We're going to start having a lot of conversations about the Auditor General recently. We thought, we always believe that right? We always believe we should give people the chance what they can offer. So, but the moment you slip, we do exactly what we have to do to correct the wrong.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Star 255 star 1 hash. Let's get this one ready.
Mr. Baga, you will smell something soon. If you don't change, men who suffer with you in a down valley and the rest of it, you took all the lucrative jobs you are giving to the people from OSC. Will not boss set fire on you in the city here. I will clap for them. Don't use wisdom and allow people around you to mislead you. People who suffer with you in the daily water, you're forgetting about them. Ask President Weah. He did that mistake with real seditions that sacrifice. Then they join the opposition and fire back. You learn lesson. You already old. You fall down. Just wait. You forget the last time you freeze.
Okay, that's the point. So even a pastor
don't use wisdom. Those that wait with you, those that struggle you all through the counties. Just wait. Just wait.
People that want. Let me read.
We'll get there.
10 minutes ago, Benedict Koluba, former assistant minister, minister, wrote this. Say, auditing the auditor, Rex Nation recommended since the release of the so-called domestic debt audit by the General Auditing Commission, public conversation has been charged with praise for the current administration and angry accusations against the previous government. Many Liberians heard that the GAC had rejected 88% of claims and concluded Liberia could be debt-free. And that impression drew me to read the report closely. What I discovered was far more troubling than the excitement. Fellow Liberians, may I inform you that there were two different GAC audits covering almost the same period, right? Mm-hmm. Two different GAC audit reports covering almost the same period, produced under the same Auditor General, Honorable P. Gaswa Jackson Sr. The first audit, dated December 22, covered 1980 to 2021. The same man did an audit for the same reason, covering almost the same period to 2021, and was conducted during the CDC administration. Recorded 617 claims with a total value of $1,149,057 and validated that order. When he did it, he validated 775 million. He validated that one. Okay. Then this outcome underpin domestic debt payments made under the CDC government and its IMF ECF obligations. The second audit, dated June 20, 2025, covered 1980 to 2024. How many years? There 3 years difference. 21, let's say 2 years or 2 to 3 years. And was produced under the Unity Party administration. Reviewed, so the difference. The first one reviewed how many? The first one reviewed 617 claims. This one reviewed 784 claims, valued at $798 million and change, but validated just 93.52 million. As of today, So you see the contrast in the number as of today. We have 2 reports, same office, opposite conclusions, no published reconciliation, no explanation of changed methodology, no independent peer review. Something is smelling. Gaswa Jackson hands. Something is smelling around the GAC. It is apparent that the GAC is playing to the political whims of the administration. Because how do you do the same report and then you come back and do it 3 years later, and then there are wide contrast with no reconciliation, no explanation or change of methodology, no independent peer review. This contradiction is not a mere technicality, but also double dipping for the identical work that yielded conflicting results. That means the GAC collects money twice for the same work, and then that same work came out, it contradicted each other. But mind you, it is the same GAC, the same Auditor General that presided over both reports. Liberians, this country, until people stop being political and do the right thing, we are going nowhere. The consequences are profound. When claimants whose debts were once validated now face sudden erasure, tensions between citizens, creditors, and the state could easily escalate. So he went in the first report, he validated people's claims, right? And said, yes, they were legit claims. But then he came back when he did it under UP instruction, he invalidated some of those claims. So what yardstick you use then to validate those claims, and then you coming back this time around to invalidate the claim are the questions that people are asking, right? Furthermore, in the interest of national security, before that, the contradiction, blah, 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 escalate. The absence of clear methodology or reconciliation charts points to either gross incompetence or political interference, either of which is unacceptable for the nation's supreme audit body. In the interest of national security, the controversial second domestic audit report of 1980 to 2024 should be considered null and void, since there were already similar audit results being used for domestic debt settlement. Secondly, in the face of preventing this national calamity, the Auditor General and all those associated with this double-dipping audit must resign immediately to save the integrity of this supreme auditing institution. That is Benedict's conclusion, and he's making a lot of sense. And it's important that we begin to understand these things, right? Because the contradiction is alarming. Conducted the same audit for the same thing, you validated claims. So what that says is that for the most part, the Auditor General is not objective. He's not unbiased, neither is he, fair. So either way, one could insinuate that both reports covering different regimes were influenced by other factors that the Auditor General compromised when political interference is established. Because you can come under one regime, you validate claims of particular institutions, according to you, using all of the standard. You come under another regime, subsequent regime, you say you invalidate it to score political points. So where are we? These are the integrity institutions, and those are the breakdowns that people are talking about. Complete breakdown. And this will take us to our next line of discussion. Folks, when we come here, we just don't come because we want to have the political conversation and settle the score and say, oh, this and blah, blah, blah. But we're also cognizant of the fact that some of these actions and decisions have got bearings on the future stability of this country, and of course, the sanctity and calm that we all enjoy. We will keep telling you, not because we are critical of the government, but we will keep telling you that this government is not proceeding rightly. The government is poised to crash. The government is poised to go down. The reports that we are getting from the Ministry of Finance from sources are troubling. The government has lacking in its capacity to rally and raise the necessary revenue needed to adequately run an effective government. Two things is possible. One, because the government has done what? The government has applied the policy that seeks to increase taxes as their best way of what? Expanding the revenue base. So they have increased taxes across all sectors: income tax, revenue tax, real estate tax, just everything, goods and services. Taxes have increased on all, across all sectors. So the government has increased those taxes, and according to the government, they have cut down the wage bill. So they're supposed to be saving additional money. So then the question becomes, how is the government expanding or increasing revenue, and people are paying those revenues? The government has also cut, according to Josiah Joker, he saved about $5 million for the government each month, right? But yet still the government is struggling to raise the needed revenue to pay salaries. It brings one thing to mind, that the monies are being corrupted, misapplied, and misdirected. The priorities are focused on issues that serve the personal whims and caprice of the political elite, at the detriment of the survival of the state and, of course, the working class. Because at the end of the day, we do not hear that the vice president office, the president office, the speaker, and other people are short of basic, resources to cater to each of their duties and functions and all that. But what we hear in the ultimate analysis is that hospitals are denied the requisite budgetary allotments. Universities are denied the requisite budgetary allotments and all of those things, right? We saw the University of Liberia protest for how many thousand, 500,000 or $250,000 to commence its new semester. When the government has increased taxes, the government has, according to Josiah Juka, saved millions on ghost names and all of that. But then where are these monies going to? Basically, what we see is that the president has increased the number of trips, the size of his delegation. Every time we come here, we complain about the size of the president delegation. You people just listen to it and you leave. And you're listening to it, you say, oh, they think, yeah, blah, blah, blah. This is where we are. For every time the president have left this country, he traveled with not less than 40 individuals. Mm-hmm. Not less than 40 individuals. And he has made official presidential travels. He has made pretty close to 20 to 21 of them in under 2 years. The other small passing around there, and thing, they're not even add to that one. So if you do a calculation, right, just the recent one, the latest one from the US, where he had the diaspora conference and he had the other one, right? Sources have told us that a little over 400 to 500,000 United States dollars was used for that. What did we get in return? Zero. This is how the country money has been wasted, and that's why you saw the Ministry of Finance had to be issuing and say, oh, nothing. Say we can't pay because of glitch. There is no glitch. There is no technical glitch. It's a blatant lie. And anybody tell you that, oh, the government is trying to transition from manual to automated, that thing, those things were long achieved. Long achieved, right? Besides, there is no law that say when you come and change from day one, so that means you should hold the people's salary. No, they're not telling the truth. And even before that statement came from the Ministry of Finance, workers have been complaining. At the last Thursday press briefing of MICAT, right? Reporters raised those issues, but the arrogant minister was being rude and insultive. Very, very uncivilized in a response. When people are seeking, you're acting like you're doing your part job. and people are asking about their country, the welfare of their country, and you're getting angry in response. I don't understand it. Right? You have been paid taxpayers' money. That reporter that's standing there, the less small thing you get, small money go from there, it go to Social Security and other things. These are the taxes that you have been paid from. And you are standing there, you think you're some kind of boss. You think you're some kind of boss when people go there to ask you about the welfare of the country and you're being rude to them. This is unacceptable, but it has become habitual. And the ministry has become notorious of rudeness and abuses. So these are the wastages. At the Ministry of Information, where Jeremy Pia and Daniel Snow fancy insulting dignified public and, of course, national leaders in this country, employees are there crying. He lied to the people since April that they were bringing boss. That they were bringing boss for the employees. Up to now, it has not happened. But every time he has the courage to insult people who have been critical on the government. But guess what? The energy is going down. Pia is not happy. Two major things has happened, and then Higa will place a call for the winner. Two major things has happened that Pia is not happy about. The set up of the tourism commission, right? All Pia on a recommendation for appointment in those areas, in these places, were not honored. Other people, because hence infiltrated, Pia is not happy about that. He wanted control over the tourism commission. The next thing is the authority that Kula Fofana and others are exerting. Pia has always wanted that. Yesterday, you saw the executive mansion released and launched what they term as the communication internship program. Pia felt these things should be in his charge and he should be at the front role of them. For that reason, Pia refused to attend the launch and he sent a proxy.
So I will just this morning, the information you reported from the LTC is all about salary.
Okay.
And in fact, the guys are saying for almost 2 years now, since the inception of this government, that institution of government has been partly dormant. Not even stationaries are found in that institution. So
for almost 2 years.
For almost 2 years. And in fact, they've said there has been no general staff meeting called by the heads of that institution.
So, one of his friends from the bank that used to help me with loans.
Yeah. So we are going to do our own investigation after.
So for those of you that say that same Baga can salary can delay, look, people are only afraid to come out because the way the government started threatening, taking people job and things.
And there are several of them who can live
exactly.
Without, yeah.
But you can't oppress and suppress people for too long. Some of the things that are happening in the government more than any government ever, but people are afraid. They might have succeeded for the past 1 to 2 years in intimidating people, keeping them, censoring their views and their thoughts everywhere. And the day that lays something is erased a little bit, the first ministry that will start venting anger, that Mikat. By the time you'll know that thing, what PR can be talking, that's also nonsense, that cover up. Because you can't be acting like that, talking like that, and the people angry. People are very angry. All the promises he made, he failed. And he thinks by painting the wall, then the people problem, he said he paint the wall, the people bellies are empty. They're complaining. So LTC, you listen to what is coming from LTC. And this is what the finance ministry resolved to. It said just in the finance ministry resolved salary glitch overnight. But people protesting, it says since the government came to power, say in fact said not only salary, stationary, they can just go sit down there, they come back also. No senior staff meeting, no regular interaction, nothing. Everybody, no support whatsoever. Right? LTC. The Ministry of Finance and Development Planning informs civil servants and other workers of government that significant progress has been made with a system upgrade at our data center to facilitate the start of disbursement of salary payment for employees, more than 30 GOL ministries and institutions, blah 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 blah, and all these things. Sheree, guess what?
Let's give money to
you know what the government has been paying, Iga? They've been paying the 30%, which is the LD component. They will send the LD component, then they drag you into the next month. There are people in the government, in several ministries and agencies, they're afraid to talk that they have not taken even their June pay, their July pay. But you won't go into it. If you ain't want to talk, falabasa. If you're ready to talk, falabasa.
The real time they will talk hasn't reached. Let's pay money out to somebody here. You too can be a part of them. That star 255 star 1 hash for just 25 cents USD or 50 Liberian dollars. You could win. You could win for yourself 5,000 or more here, plus a bag of rice. Let's see whether this person can pick, and then we move on. So the code is star 255 star 1 hash. We can do another one at 9 o'clock. The time check is 30 minutes up to 9 o'clock. We can do another one. This person, please don't do this. We can do another one at 9 o'clock right here this morning. Thanks to all of you following us via our Facebook feed. Thanks for your comments as well. Yes, this person, if you can pick, I will have to move on. Star 255 star 1 hash, star 255 star 1 hash, or star 255 star 1 hash. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
This is Hagar. I'm calling you from Freedom FM. You want to walk away from the radio?
Yeah.
So you play our cash giveaway this morning?
I play, yeah.
How many times you play it?
15 times.
15 times. Check up on your phone. You've received 5,000.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Yeah, your background is terrible. So you two can be like him and others. Okay.
So that's our first winner, right?
Yeah.
So now, Liberians, let's come to the cause of the issues about the code of conduct and the appointments that we've been seeing from the like of Cornelia Krat, Tukpa, Yantoine, and others as they are preparing for what they consider, say, fundraiser. Somebody posted something, and I found it very profound. It is about, the UP is running an alliance government. So how is the MDR, ACO, and others going to feel capacitating the Unity Party to have headquarters all across the country, which means they should prepare themselves to always remain as helping verbs, just as the party chairman. So I'm trying to find, introducing Unity Party County Fundraising Chair, Roses County, and of course, Sando County is Mayton TIJ, and then you have, so basically, there have been several appointments, and then Gbapolu County is Mwivi Kane, Secretary. Mwivi Kane is one of the Mwivi Kane, there where he is, and then you have P. Mac Jury from Maryland County. I think P. Mac is, he's a representative. He's the one on the Ways, Means and Finance Committee now, P. Mac Jury. And then Nito Lai for Grand Jida. Nito Lai is the head of Maritime Authority. Nito is being appointed by the government on the Unity Party country, fellow Liberians. And I want to call out particularly Bishop Kotu Brown. Once upon a time, Bishop Kotu Brown spoke vehemently and demanded that the CDC chairman, then Moba Molu, withdraw the appointment of senior government officials on the party's campaign or the party's program during the senatorial elections. And you have And you have Sekou Dukle for NPA. So he's appointed as the mobilization for Bombing County, right? Sekou Dukle. By the way, Sekou Dukle intend to run for senator in Bombing County. So I think that's what they're projecting him now and all of that. So Magibi have Ben Fofana. Ben is a member on the LTA board, right? One of the commissioners
So
there.
almost all of the names mentioned.
Yeah. Then guess what? Monserrato County has the speaker, Richard Nangbe Kun, that real regime speaker for 2 years.
Whatever is supposed to be like, it will pass through the budget.
So pretty much, are you reading what we're reading from? So it is not over yet. It's still continuing. Grand Bassa County, you have Mandalin Dagose, the Minister of Commerce and Industry, goes there. So you can imagine all those applying for RPD, she will collect your own contribution. And then Bon County, you have Senator Prince Moi, right?
Is the head, is the Ways, Means and Finance head?
At the Senate.
At the Liberian Senate.
Lofa County, Clarence Masakwe. Clarence Masakwe is the chairman of the LTA board, and Clarence is there. So Yan Twain for Nimba County, and the list goes on and on and on and on. A flagrant violation of what part of the law we will check to see. But let's assess a civil society group, right? Okay, let's get what Moba Molu wrote is important. Representing Stan have issue. We have not heard anything from Eddie Jawolo yet. Another Central of Anderson Mame, Dempster. We've not heard anything from them yet. Not anything from the Council of Churches. So Stan warns government officials cannot build Unity Party headquarters without public power or resources. Executive summary. The Solidarity and Trust for a New Day Stan condemns the Unity Party's blatant abuse of power in appointing senior government officials to lead fundraising for new party headquarters, a serious conflict of interest and a flagrant violation of Liberia's code of conduct. This reckless fusion of state power and party policies is a theft of public trust and a betrayal of the Liberian people. Stan demands that President Bouakai immediately withdraw all cabinet officials from these partisan fundraising activities and end this dangerous politicization of public office. State power is not party property, and public funds are not campaign fuel. This is what Stan said, right? So clearly, Article 5 of the Code of Conduct is clear on political parties' participation vis-a-vis the membership, of course, and of course positions of public officials and senior positions of public officials.
Article 5.1 of the Code of Conduct, Part 4, Article 5, Part 4, Section 5.1 is of the Code of Conduct says all officials appointed by the President of the Republic of Liberia shall not 1. Engage in political activities, canvass or contest for elected offices. B. Use government facilities, equipment, or resources in support of partisans or political activities. C. Serve on a campaign team of any political party or the campaign team of any independent candidate. And then Section 5.2 says, where any person in the category stated in Section 5.1 here in above desires to canvass or contest for any elected public position, the following shall apply. Any minister, deputy minister, director, general, managing director, blah, 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 appointed by the board of trustees who desire to contest for public elected office shall resign and post at least 2 years.
Let's stick to 5.1. 5.1. Right? There where the violation is clear. So the government and the president will have to tell us whether they agree that they will abuse the code of conduct, that the code of conduct is no law. Because there have been several violations of the code of conduct. The office of the ombudsman, and this is Councillor Finlay Kanga, right? So Councillor Finlay Kanga is there, and as a learned lawyer, one-time candidate for the senatorial seat of Monserrado County, since this pronouncement, he have not said a thing. So are they using the CDC party groundbreaking to qualify the conduct of people in public service? Cornelia Kratokwa is a living violation of the code of conduct, and she feels proud and entitled to flagrantly and openly abuse the law because she feels untouchable. This is the arrogance. What kind of society are we breeding? Are we breeding a society of men, or we are breeding a society of law? If we're breeding a society of men, then all you need to do is to be as close to power, right? And then you can do whatever you want to do in the country and nothing will happen. This little 31-year-old girl will pass around here and disrespect the law, abuse, and the code of ethics of her office. This little girl has yet not accounted for the over 74 ghost names that were captured in the audit report from her office, and under her watch, she provided frivolous accounts, and all the audit have required her is to show all the head. We're doing hair count, right? Show all the head of these 74 ghosts. She has not. And the record shows that she has been receiving up to now as we speak. There is no record to show that she stopped collecting money for these 74 ghosts. She's still passing around and chest beating as the biggest and the most political person within the Unity Party-led government. And they are openly violating the laws, and people should start taking this as a party politics. No. This is a matter of what the government is supposed to do, what people in the government are supposed to do. But guess what? Because of the mediocrity, because of the lack of confidence in themselves, and because most of the people did not get the jobs on a merit base, they were too compromised and other things, they will settle for these appointments, even though they know that these appointments violate the law and their actions will be deemed inimical to the laws and professionalism. Yet still they will settle for it and they will do our service. If these people were people who got the positions on the basis of merit and the strength of their credential and, of course, experiences, they will be protecting their personal integrity. And now one little girl who dresses any kind of way around the place there will be commending them to come and violate the law, and they will go to it. Because you know what? These violations will speak for them tomorrow. And mind you, some of you want to be lawmakers. Some of you want to be, but you lack the balls. You lack the balls to speak truth to power. You lack the balls to resist violations, right? Constitutional breaches. You lack the balls. You are compensating, or you are aiding and participating. In fact, you're participating in the violations of the law. Somebody, a kid, right, is using you to abuse the law, something that will haunt you tomorrow, and nobody find problem with it. Now, the question becomes, will Liberians sit and clap their hands for these things, or could Liberians take action? And in this category of Liberians, the media is there, the civil societies are also there, the religious and, of course, moral communities are also there. How are they going to respond? Because this is a clear attack on the integrity of the state. So is everybody going to sit down? Right? We're not hearing many media folks talk about this or highlight this. No. Neither have we seen. I just listed some of the civil society people, and we're not hearing from them yet. So this is going to happen. There's going to be public abuse. There's going to be abuse of the public covers to achieve this goal. Because you know why? That's thing that will be said in the party. Once they mention your name and you don't raise the money, depending on the number of money you raise, that account for the favor you get in the party or in the government. So people in public corporation will definitely and certainly be taking the government money to pay, because that will be a guarantor for the maintenance of your job. So at the end of the day, that's how LPRC will report that they are not able to contribute to the government budget.
And nothing will come from inside.
So because whatever they were earmarking to put there now, they got to give it for United Party headquarters. They'll say we're not able to pull money for. So when they go to meeting, senior management meeting, you get 3 members on the United Party fundraiser committee already there. So to agree that they should take money from the agency and give it to United Party will be a done deal.
No, but
and any other person there that will resist, your name will go to the party, and it's a problem for your job. We're in trouble, you know.
And Abu, when you hear the names that we just mentioned, when you hear them on political committees, then you understand where we are heading. Because imagine the Ways, Means, and Finance chair from the Senate is a part of the committee. The Speaker of the House is a part. You got other high-ranking. Look at from the MP. You got him there as well. So what is about to tell us, or what it's telling us here, is that this entire thing about party headquarters, especially taxpayers' cents and dollars. So one, the guys will not be focusing no longer on performing the duty for which they got elected, or for which the president got elected and he decided to appoint them for. They will not no longer be looking at the function for which the function is supposed to perform, and they are not going to be looking at transforming the living condition of ordinary Liberians. It is about showboating and competing with the opposition political party or parties. So now, what's the importance of having all of those names mentioned? The party is supposed to be for grassrooters. What is stopping them from being a part of the committee mentioned, but going for people who are milking our country resources every day? This is a very terrible sign for our country. And at this point, it is terrible that today we are not hearing any civil society organization speaking. We are not hearing anyone speaking from the civil society angle. No. Because it is happening now to Boakai. It is Boakai that is in charge. In the past administration, they condemn just every little thing that was done. Everything that the past government decided to do, they condemn it. Today, these moral voices, we can't hear them any longer. Our country is retrogressing into lawless state. Listen to the Code of Conduct, section 5.1 that we read. So that part of our law now is expected to be, or is even being violated, disrespected. And nobody got a cause. Nobody get a balls to sit and talk, because pastors who were the loudest voices before, today they are benefiting from government resources. They are benefiting from taxpayer dollars.
They're on different boards.
They are heading different boards. They are there as board members, board chairs. They are there benefiting from the resources of the country. So that moral voice, that moral standing to even stand and speak truth to power is not even existing again. But the terrible thing that is being done here, and the terrible precedent that is being set, many of you not saying anything to this today because it is maybe your interest.
You are not saying anything to this today because Bwaka is the president. Your church pastor is a member of a certain board or the chair on certain committee. So you didn't get the courage to speak. But the precedent that you're setting is because it is in your interest today, you are not speaking. Tomorrow it might be against your interest, and you will not have the courage to speak. Even if you want to let's speak, there will be people who will reference your silence today.
So listen, they will still speak because you know what? Their issue, they see morality, their definition of morality is selective, right? It has to be, they're okay when it's with Bwaka and the Unity Party because for them, their judgment is right there. Mm-hmm. But even more troubling, Higa, is the inclusion of members of the legislature. And that I will close on, and then we can take a few calls and go to the U.S. State Department business climate report or report on Liberia. Tomorrow we'll talk about the LEC thing, right? Plus other issues. But Higa, what is the elementary understanding of the roles and duties of our lawmakers? To make laws, make representation, and provide oversight. Mm-hmm. And the oversight responsibility of our lawmaker is key. That is the part that contributes significantly, that ties into, right, the check and balances within the structural arrangement of our governance architecture, right? So that is what guarantees that public service is managed and is mined. People are looking over it. People are not just loosely doing whatever they can do, right? So if you see in an instant where you see, that oversight is effective, that is when you do not see lawmakers or the legislature as a body playing as a party to the executive or any other branches. Neither the judiciary playing as a party to the executive or any other branches, but independent, and of course ensuring that their actions are within the confines of the law and their limits. The executive enforces when the legislature makes the law, the judiciary interprets, the executive enforces. So when the legislature makes the budget, the executive enforces through the programs and the implementations and all of those things. Now, the structure of our democracy and our governance allow the legislature to provide for the Liberian people, go for the Liberian people. And of course, the details of each of those government agencies are executed in accordance with the law and in the best interest of the Liberian people.
Like in the case of what is happening at the Liberia Telecommunication Corporation, the legislature, through the budget, allocated money to pay salaries and benefits of all of those who are working there. But today, we got citizens who are working at the LTC, they are there today protesting. It is the oversight responsibility of the legislature to call those responsible, those who are serving there, call them and say, hey, this was allocated in this budget for the staff over there. Why are they protesting today? But you will not get, that's not their interest. Every day there are people protesting at various institutions of government, the legislature, the part of their responsibility that talks about oversight, they ain't got interest in it, because once they are the only places they can go provide oversight are to pass in BB jeeps to go to Asilometa in the night, that where their oversight can go.
No, you know, they brought Asilometa, they're having meeting to one hotel, I think at RLJ, or Farmington. They will be having meeting with Asilometa executive to one of the hotel. We'll try to get it correct. So now, what is oversight? And any legislator that does not perform its oversight duties responsibly, that means you're going to have a very one-sided government, and that legislature is deemed rubber stamp. It's good for nothing. It's not living up to its essence. Now, oversight duties refer to the responsibility of monitoring. The legislature is supposed to monitor how well the executive is performing, how well the executive is executing, right, and implementing the laws and the agreements. Reviewing. Now, what they can do they call you, right?
Mhm.
When they call you, is to kind of review what you have done. So now you see the legislature send for this entity, send for the Ministry of Education, that, to kind of review. That's part of the oversight, but it's under reviewing. And supervising the activities of an organization, government agency, or individual to ensure what? One, that there is accountability, holding entities accountable for their actions and decisions. Do we see that with this legislature? No. This legislature is forming part of committees that are violating the laws, the code of conduct. The legislature, in fact, the Speaker of the House, this is the most egregious disrespect to the sovereignty of the country. The Speaker of the House gets on a party committee to go raise money. They're not raising money for JFK.
No, not at all.
To go raise money to pay
just
party
a few
headquarters.
days, we started getting terrible news from the JFK when it comes to the issue of electricity.
It went off. I don't know when.
Even
about 2 nights ago, it was off.
yesterday night, it was off, and yesterday in a day again, there was no electricity for
So
more than 30 minutes.
the Speaker of the House is not joining committee to ensure that the electricity problem at JFK is resolved, but the Speaker is joining a party committee. This is troubling, right? Some of what you do under oversight, you call your lawmaker and let educate them small, is to ensure transparency. By transparency, under your oversight responsibility as a lawmaker, you ensure that there are transparency in government operations and decision-making processes. But guess what? The Yellow Machines acquisition, lawmakers like Prince Moy, Nukwe, are all involved in it when that process has been deemed untransparent and, of course, against the PPCC's regulation. What does that say? It says that they are undermining, they're not living up to their oversight responsibility. You ensure what? Compliance. These same lawmakers are working with the Ministry of Public Works and, of course, the Vice President Office to undermine and, of course, thwart the compliance requirements of bidders in the Yellow Machines acquisition. Oversight ensures efficiency, identifying areas for improvement and promoting effective use of public resources. These are what they are supposed to be doing. And oversight are performed by strategic bodies. The legislature is one of them. When they say this company has a board, one of the major functions of the board is to provide oversight. Directors of the Liberian government. They are the board of directors. They provide oversight. Right? They are the regulatory body. But these lawmakers, are they even aware? Do they understand the intricacies of what their functions, the nuances of what their duties entails and requires? This country is in a colossal mess. Serious one. And you all are partying with it. You're doing all kinds of things. Look at the nonsense that's happening. But our duty is to say the truth and nothing but the truth and leave it there. It's up to you. It's up to you, Liberians, to sit and fold your hands and see your country going down. At least you remember that there were some young gentlemen behind the mark that every now and then they will flag these things and they will provide compelling analysis and educations around these things, and they will justify why they believe that certain actions in the government are counterproductive. But yet, the people sit. So it is not a matter of you not being aware, because we are doing our best to try to inform you on what is going on that is wrong, that you ought to demand accountability around, but you have chosen to fold your hands. And imagine a 30-year-old, 31-year-old, 32, 30-year-old lay girl that will be passing around and doing that, and nobody in the country cares to say anything. And Eddie Jawolo, they ain't gonna say anything. We had to make noise about that 4-year project. It took months and months before you said anything. We are just telling you about what is happening in Nimba again. It will take time. They will be buying time. But the thing I know, once it be, it will not hide. It will come outside. And this is where we are. When you're ready, as soon as you're talking, this country, they say, oh, you know, that the pastor and that the imam and this, that. But even God in heaven says, God, the commandment is there. You can be pretending. You can be pretending about the gospel or God being it, and then you say, no, nobody's going to do that, because God Himself don't support pretend. So let's take course on this.
I'm told there's another breaking response from President Weah. It's interesting. But let's pick few calls. 0776 104 104 0886 500 104. I did numbers. You can call us on +231 86 500 104 as well. It's the WhatsApp line for those of you outside of Liberia. You can call us on any of these numbers and then be a part of
because the legislature is not providing oversight. That's why you see corruption all over.
Walk away from your radio before calling us. Good morning.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Hello?
You live. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen. I think you guys are discussing the issue very well. But you see, that's why some people are even refusing to go to church. Go to church, man. You know what I mean? When President we are regime, anything what just happened? What sense does that mean? The man of the top government official, they appoint the man to a committee to control party headquarters. What sense does that make? You don't say anything about it. But
and the lawmakers are not doing nothing. And the lawmakers are being elected and nominated. Prince Mo, and he's on the committee. Who's supposed to call the people to come to wrong now?
Exactly. Just because last man, you know the country just every day. Nothing will realize for this government. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's talk to Mohammed. Mohammed, morning.
Yeah, good afternoon, brother.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you know, thank you the both of you with your analysis. Exactly what you're talking and that is going on. And those who yesterday, they were lambasting our president. We are today, they remain quiet. They remain silent because all of them are on board. Now they are making money. So you won't see them say anything negative about Joseph Boakai government. And the second is, I just feeling for my counties, Grand Cape County, that Senator Daba Vabra, she the chair for their fundraising committee. So all our county development fund, that is she come and collect this. And she carry and pull it to that to their party headquarters building. Because saying that they become senator for Grand Cape County, all her present, our brothers were killed in King John. Up to now, she has not come up with any statement towards the family of Grand Cape County. The people have stayed in tears. They have stayed in tears. Saying Daba Vabra become senator of Grand Cape County. Not a single day whom we from Damala. If you go Damala, my brother, when you see Damala, they say that is the town Senator Daba from. You will never believe it. You will never believe it when you go Damala.
But the woman say, yeah, Damala can be there, but she come in raise money to be party headquarters now.
When they tell you that there's where the woman was born, you will never believe it. You will never believe it. Down to the bridge.
Thank you.
Tiny bridge.
Let me finish.
Almost about to collapse.
Okay.
That bridge almost about to collapse. She had no impact on what they breathe. But she will take money for the content development fund. She will go Kinjo and take money. She will go Beer Martin and take money. She will go there and the other company and take money to go and deliver it for their party headquarters business. But she get nothing to show to the to the people of Grand Cape Makati.
Thank you.
Thank
you, Mohammed. Thank you for your participation. Let's talk to somebody from this line. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. You got one now?
Go ahead. You're live on the radio.
Let me say good morning to Abu Sherry.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is the voice of Sabu Rasta. I'm doing the show for Point 4 in Zimbabwe. So, Abu, let me appreciate you guys this morning because you're doing well for the Liberian people. Look, I'm telling the truth. Yesterday, we were talking the secretaries on the Article 33, Article 5, Article 8, Article that. You love me all. Where is the overtime responsibility, Abu? When the people is crying refuge. The people is crying and sitting down. Who are you representing, Mr. Representative?
You get a regime speaker video. Why you say I'll be a regime speaker? Anything the regime want to do it? Go ahead. Go ahead. We'll come and play. So you know the depth of trouble this country is in under Boakai.
Well, the government, also nothing that you will do in the darkness that will remain in the darkness. You can't do it. You know what? So I want to say that it's more like you go out for the people will just will know that those guys were not in the interest of the great people, whatever in their own interest. You know, when it comes to my brother, but when it comes to the kingdom of the people, my brother, but to the now, brother, we need to take some and put new ideas there so we can make sure we pay to the people. Thank you for having me to your show.
Thank you. Let's talk to this person. Morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, morning. I'm Thomas Delaney calling from Bangor.
Go ahead, Thomas.
I listen carefully. Thank you to you guys for the topic on this discussion. I listened to the former president where he said we need the forum. These people they don't have any sense of direction when it comes to governing this country. So we make mention of the pastors as a couple of people they desire here. Many of them, even the Muslim Council, many of them were federal folk because they were not on board, they were not being paid anymore. And the Bible, those are our religious leaders, they are there to speak against the evil. But many of them are silent now. So my brother, as you said, the young people, we are fooling our hands. And when we continue to fool our hands, this will continue to go backward. So until we stand as a young people in this country, we can speak powerful truth. The only way this country will go forward, nothing will happen better for this country. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's talk to you. Morning.
Good morning.
Go ahead.
Thank you for having me. This is Perry Tosnowala Jr. in the John New Phone, Tiskan Mofoting. Thank you for the show this morning. The United Party people, they are in confusion and everything that they are doing, they are going to pay for it. The CDC were able to launch a groundbreaking and a massive scandal to have our program executed. So every fund that they are using from government cover that they think that they will not be punished if they shall live, they will pay for it. So they have to be in the know. So thank you ever so much, you and your team, for always sharing our information that we are in the know of what happening. Thank you for having me.
Okay. Let's talk to you. Morning. Hello. Hello.
Good morning.
Go ahead, you live.
Thank you, let me say, so, hey guys, this is Washington Soup, and I come from Iddo.
Go ahead, Sue.
I want to raise people that they party for raising for their party issue.
Morning, go
ahead, you live. Go ahead.
Those guys will definitely speak from the reasons of the country.
So we're going to help save the country that the legislature, but the speaker other than on the committee.
The speaker by the committee. So the ministry of the green is in that budget. They may have $1 million for the ministry for that party, but I don't know. Like, how money they come steal, they say they come steal to pay by here, brother. So any cars are there, and the country money they don't use to pay. That bill should be, they can get that bill. When they get the money for that bill, will be used for public purpose. You know, it can't be for them.
Okay.
What? Yeah, whole speaker of it.
People crying, no money, no salary. Let LTC workers complaining for salary, and you're taking all the government heads and putting them on committee to take the agency money and give it to the party.
Let's talk to this person. Morning.
Good morning, Eka, and good morning.
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 My Grace.
Go ahead, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hope that somebody is listening to you guys where you're talking, my children. Because the ones that inciting people, the way how she's looking, she inciting people to abuse, to insult a good leader. So I hope she's listening because they're the ones stepping in our house over there. I hope she's listening to all of these things.
Oh man,
the line is bad. Oh wow. Yeah, let's talk to this person from this side. Morning, you live. Go ahead. Please give me okay. Morning. You live. Go ahead.
Yeah, good morning, Eka. Let me say good morning to Abu and your listening audience.
Go ahead.
My name is Ishaq Kamara. I call you guys this morning from Greenfield. Eka, Abu, let me inform you guys that the Unity Party and Christian Imam Wakai, they never came to power to help the Liberian people. They rather came to power to steal, kill, and lie. And they are going to definitely bear the consequence of that action. So, the thing about a appointment that they are getting people in government that contravening our constitution, it's not new. It's something that we already know about because from the onset of this government, they have violated all our laws.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody else going to checkmate them. Then you talk about the lawmaker to checkmate that because the lawmaker is the speaker is part of Conservative arm of their community, but they are setting up. Chris Moy from Bon County is part and parcel. So he's a member of that committee of our country, right? We are going to tell them that we are watching them, hosting them. From now on, we're going to be back.
People got to raise their alarm because if the country money,
let's talk to Uptown.
All sit down and sit one group of people do anything with the country money.
Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning, Good morning, Abu.
Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, but I don't think this should be strange to us, especially you guys, the journalists, because remember when Baga was having a committee on the structure of the government, right?
Mm-hmm.
The first running officers on the Senate, that was right?
Mm-hmm.
But remember other committee to Fed cabinet, the Fed committee.
Yeah, very well. You're correct. Mm-hmm.
So that it was just the first raw sound that there will be nothing good coming out of the women and people. And the first major sound, any sound person will see and know that products are useless women. But again, sometimes they have a people to grab the concept. Thank you,
Uptown. So like Higa indicated earlier, former President Weah has posted a latest update on his WhatsApp status, and it reads: I wake up every morning 7 a.m., go to the gym, exercise, take my shower, have my breakfast, and get ready for my meetings. While you waiting for someone to wake you up, clean you, bathe you, feed you, and dress you. I don't know who that is going for. We need to start doing something assessment. But tomorrow we'll try to know who that is actually going for.
Yeah.
So we'll look in the political space again and see who we can find.
Morning.
Yeah, good morning, Abu and Sega.
Morning.
Morning to the team of Norfolk County. Well, my name is Mohammed Donzo Fufana June. But I come from the Somali job. Sega and Gwanda and Abu Sheri. Well, the Liberian people have to understand what the Unity Party people are doing in this country. Can you imagine a Speaker of the House, having the top position on that committee? Liberian people,
we were telling these people that these people are living criminals, but they didn't understand us. So thank you for this.
Thank you.
very
Star
much.
255 star 1 hash. Star 255 star 1 hash.
I think we can hold the course there.
Yes, so we
want to share that yes the way we're doing our other public doing it from right there so that they follow. So but the LTC protest continues. It's like it's this is so finally the old man account the Loma Babe in here Kusu the man just man talking. I got to the man from behind LBDR team get the man that yes saying that. But say we will face this place. You can call meeting, can pay the people on time and everything. The people they used to working, but they're not they're seemingly not working anymore, and all of that. So, but let's hold it there. We'll get the details of that tomorrow. We'll definitely bring you up to speed. Let's check up some international reports on the status of investment in Liberia. What's the shape of how the climate is in doing business in our country? The U.S. State Department has issued its 2025 Liberia Investment Climate Statement, and the executive summary reads. I want you to start the read, then we'll go in further down. Yeah.
Okay, the executive summary. Liberia offers opportunities for investment in natural resources such as mining, agriculture, aquaculture, and forestry.
Okay, so those are the areas where we offer strong, opportunities for investors to come to Liberia,
as well as in more specialized sectors like energy, telecommunications, agribusiness, climate financing, tourism, and financial services.
Those are areas where people sitting across the world that have money could consider Liberia for.
Infrastructure is an especially glaring need, and there are opportunities with electricity generation, airport infrastructure, and transportation, particularly roads and bridges.
So you can come and look in those areas and try to. There are opportunities there because there are serious, infrastructural deficit.
Liberia's largely commodities-based economy rely heavily on imports, even for more basic needs like fuel, machinery, and transport equipment, clothing, and rice. Liberia's most important staple food. The economy has a low manufacturing base that is substitute to external shocks to its heavy reliance on export of primary products, including iron ore, gold, diamonds, rubber, investment climate, blah, blah, blah. Okay. But oil palm and timber. In 2024, the economy grew by 5.1%, driven mainly by expansion in mining, agriculture, fishery, and services. Growth was posted by...
Hold it right there. Like what Benedict told us the last time, these are not improvements that directly affect ordinary people, businesses, and stuff. That means there are more Chinese people coming here. They're mining, like what the superintendent Granger trying to do, give our land to the Burkina Bees. They'll be mining, they'll be taking it out, and this will go as plenty of money going. So the industry that should be affected that Liberians are into, right, significantly, those ones are not improving.
Growth was boosted by strategic investment in agriculture and energy development financed by Liberia's international partners, including the World Bank, USAID, IMF, AFDB, and the European Union. Inflation was 7.7%, down from 10% in 2023. You see the president, the State of the Nation address. In January 2025, the government launched its Arrest Agenda for Inclusive Development, a 5-year national development plan focusing on investment in agriculture, roads, rule of law, education, sanitation, and health, and tourism. In 2024, the Central Bank of Liberia reported 63 million of inputs from the United States out of 1.5 billion total annual input payments. Liberia's export to the United States stood at 57 million out of 1.3 billion total annual export receipts. More rapid economic growth is largely hindered by inadequate infrastructure development.
Okay, so just hold it right there. It's important to explain that a little bit. So the report is saying for a more rapid economic growth, that means a faster economic growth, which is pointing to a slower, weak economic growth, and ratio. So for that to happen,
so
it is hindered.
Abu, just quickly, there is also a protest at the Lofa University in Lofa County.
Oh wow!
As
So
we
that
speak,
is
there
also
ongoing
just coming.
protest, yeah.
So we bet when you find that out, it will have to do with salaries and issues.
Yeah.
But when you come to Monrovia, the government keep lying. You keep lying to the library. Library people will get vexed with you one day. Your stop it. It better you tell the people the truth. We will warn you. It better you come, you tell the people the truth. But the old man will be laying out to the horse, and you'll get to the microphone, you'll be lying and stealing, covering up. But every day they protest. Now y'all say you're responsible government, but since the government came, every day people protesting for salary. But beam when you sit down on radio, the government is paying, salaries are current, blah blah blah. Then why are people protesting? Right? But anyway, let's go back to our report. So the report says more rapid economic growth is largely hindered by inadequate infrastructure. So even in 2024, the government did not do much in infrastructure improvement and all of that. The adequacy of our infrastructure network remains poor. And of course, the report also highlights corruption as a key indicator that will hamper the rapid economic growth of this country, that there are massive corruption, mass looting, and of course, public wastage, weak judicial system. The report says the justice system is weak, and of course, misgovernance. That what is commonplace in the country today is misgovernance. What is commonplace, the report highlight, is misgovernance. The government is undertaking initiative to improve infrastructure, the investment climate, investment and economic development in Liberia, however, continue to face long-standing challenges such as 1. Low human development, expensive and unreliable electricity, poor rural network, a lack of reliable internet access, and corruption. Top challenges for U.S. companies investing in Liberia include, the reason why you can see American company invest in Liberia. These are the reasons why the U.S. report is saying. The reason, before you'll be blaming America, that means you're not doing something correct. I hope you're listening keenly, Liberians, fellow Liberians, or everywhere in the trenches, just wherever you are. Listen, this government is terrible. They're feeling desperately, but they're using propaganda and all that. But the facts are coming home gradually. 1. Poor physical infrastructure. The government has poor physical infrastructure, and they've presided over almost 2 budget cycle. Yet still they've made no minimum improvement in the physical infrastructure outlook of the country. Low purchasing power of the population. U.S. government, U.S. investors are not coming anymore because the purchasing power capacity of Liberians have reduced. So whatever companies they want to come with, most times, like we know in Liberia, American goods can be expensive and all of that. So they cannot bring these factories here because they will not get whatever they want. So that's why. Due to what? Widespread poverty. The people say the reason they're not bringing American companies because the government has blundered. There's too much poverty in the country, and they're passing around all kind of reports say poverty has reduced. But if in essence, in reality, people are getting poor daily. They're losing income. They're being removed from their job, and companies are closing down. Businesses are closing down. And somebody was telling me right on 10th Street, Costa restaurant has closed. Right? Era has closed. Whereas again, several others, restaurants and of course supermarkets and commercial centers are closing in the country. Another thing why American businesses are not coming inconsistent and overlapping taxes, administration, and policies, a weak judicial system, inadequate legal protection for contracts, and widespread public sector corruption. Despite these challenges, there are opportunities for U.S. investment in Liberia. Agro processing and food production, renewable energy, information and communication technology, financial services and financial technology, and manufacturing in waste management. So you finish giving the pool red flag already, but you say you can still come and the pool will not come at the end of the day. As a market entry strategy, U.S. companies' interest is doing business in Liberia, usually hire an agent, distributor, or legal attorney to facilitate market entry, foster local partnership, and ensure compliance with the legal and regulatory requirements, blah, blah, blah. So that is the synopsis. That is the reading. That is the outlook. That is the general portrayal of how Liberia looks in terms of business, investments, and all that. Corruption, and weak justice system, fraud and bribery in contracting, and all these things are contained within the report, Hagar.
And Abu, if you go further down this report, it is interesting.
There's something about the NRC.
Yeah, there is something here about the NRC, but
that's the National Investment Commission.
The National Investment Commission. These were institutions, including the Ministry of Finance. Those places were the people who were. But there is, if you go further down here, Abu, it talks about how government officials. Okay, I think this is okay now. Government officials are involved into bribery. If you want to meet, if you are an investor in our country,
it will be right under the transparency and regulatory
system, legal, debt obligation. So we get it up very shortly. 1 year to go. So we go specifically like work on the government.
Yeah, but just go ahead with the point you're making.
So the report talks about how government officials are soliciting bribes.
It's right here. I got it right here. You see,
where you got it?
Despite
section what? I'm at section 4 now.
Just come on a way, get Liberia Revenue Authority. Come on there from the investment commission. That whole slot. Come on where you get the Liberia Revenue Authority. You go down. So when you go down
transparency and system,
it reads the paragraph starts with, despite the government effort to encourage investment in Liberia, foreign investors report difficulties in meeting with government officials to discuss investment deals unless bribes are offered.
This is it. Let's get it on the screen so people can see it. Okay. So it says, despite the government's effort to encourage investment in Liberia, foreign investors report difficulties in meeting with government officials to discuss investment deals unless bribes are offered. So if an investor is leaving from Europe or America or Asia to come here in Liberia, what this report is telling us and what investors reported is that if Hagar want to see Abu or Abu want to see Hagar or people around Hagar will request Abu to pay certain huge sum of money just before he can sit with Hagar to have a conversation. So what it clearly tells you is that the interest of those people who are working in government is not about the masses. Because Abu, when investors come to this country and they are able to invest, those who will directly benefit are the locals of those various communities. But because our leaders are not interested in ensuring that you, the common man, can benefit from the resources of the country, that's why, for example, the mines and energy minister will say, before you see me, or you tell that man, before you meet me, you have to get something like 100,000 or 200,000, and the investor now will get, maybe will feel somehow terrible, and he will decide to go back. So if you see today there are not investment coming in this country, it is because of how officials of government are soliciting bribes. So if you can't bribe me, you can't see me. That is what is going on under this regime. And I'm saying it. A weak legal and regulatory framework, lack of transparency in contract awards, low levels of skills, local labor, and widespread corruption also deter foreign direct investment. That's not what I said, or that Abu saying this. This is what the United Nations human right or the climate investment climate report on Liberia is telling us. This is it. You read it from the screen. For those of you following on Facebook, you read it from the screen, and that's why we try to make it as big as we are able to do it on the screen, so you can see it. So it is clear. So once you can offer BRAP, you can see this person, regulatory framework, weak legal and regulatory framework, lack of transparency. So people are not going through the rightful procedure again to get work. People are not going through the rightful procedure again to get opportunities to invest in Liberia. No, it is about who is able to offer the highest BRAP or who is willing to offer BRAP. This is it. Government officials view foreign investors as opportunities for short-term graft.
Yeah, let me go down further. You see, so basically, these are the reasons why.
Limit on foreign control.
No, go to business facilitation. This is the reason why
business facilitation.
This is the reason why you're not finding jobs and businesses are closing, and you're not finding more people. Not that investors don't want to come, but the government officials are taking bribe. When you go to the Ministry of Lands, Mines, and Energy, just before that, the laws of the country, the investment laws, the 2010 Investment Act and 2011 amended Revenue Code mandate that only Liberian citizens may operate business in a particular sector. For example, sand supply. Why do we see Chinese supplying sand? And all of these things are happening. So these are the reasons why you're getting what you're getting. So business facilitation, you say all businesses must register with the Liberia Business Registry, right? Mm-hmm. Whose website was not operating securely at the time this report was drafted. So you have a rescue government. The Liberia National Business Registry website have not been functioning. So it's good this is highlighted. Today, doing business in Liberia has become a challenge. The Liberia National Business Registry, when you just go to renew your business registration, it takes you 3 to 4 months, 3 to 4 weeks, sometimes months before you get your document out. I challenge anybody to say these are not true. This is fact. The people are not working to build the system. Investment contracts such as concession are reviewed by the Inter-Ministerial Concession Committee and sometimes the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs. Concessions signed by the executive branch are ratified by the National Legislature and approved by the President. Business register with the Liberia Revenue Authority for withholding taxes and the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation for Social Security. Work permits for foreigners can be obtained online via the Ministry of Labor. It is possible for foreign companies to obtain short and long-term blah, blah, blah. But the point I wanted to indicate from there was that how do people come to do business in the country when the business registry website not functioning? But they say they are rescuing the country. The business registry is not functioning, the website. So under Boakai, somebody can sit down in Tel Aviv, for example, maybe it's Wharton, but let's leave Tel Aviv. Let's go to maybe just any capital across the world, Brussels, right? To say I have developed interest from reading this. Let me go to the business registry website and try to preliminarily make applications for all of these and blah blah blah. No way. Everything is happening under darkness because they want to steal. At war investment, blah blah blah. So grab a copy and read, and then you understand whether the government of Liberia under Joseph Boakai is treating us fairly or not. With anybody sitting across the world reading this, how would they say? Damaging report. Tomorrow we jump into the LEC. So how their public comments are different from the systemic evaluation of their system and what they are doing. When they go sit down on the radio, they talk all the sweet thing. But when scientific attempts are made to evaluate them, you see so contradictions in stealing.
So Abu, under transparency of the regulatory system, it says the government does not always use transparent policies and effective laws to foster market-based competition or a non-discriminatory. So you see that? So companies are required to adhere to international financial reporting standards, or the IFRS, consistent with international norms. In many instances, however, authorities do not consistently enforce or apply national laws and international standards.
So under the rescue government, what the report is saying, the officials ignore the country law. You see, the same thing we keep saying every day inside.
And furthermore, no systemic oversight or enforcement mechanism exists to ensure government authorities consistently follow administrative rules. This is where the legislature...
because 1 minute, an attempt to follow systemic rule, it will go straight through the referral channels.
Yeah.
So they are doing these things deliberately. They ignore international standards, they ignore the national laws, they ignore systemic standards and all of that because they are bypassing channels. Go to the Ministry of Mines and Energy. Go to the Pharmaceutical Board. Go to the Health Product Regulatory Authority. Go to the Forestry Registry. Go to the cocoa area. How do you call them? LACRA. Go everywhere. You see what is happening. People are only taking kickbacks, compromising the laws and breaking and flouting and just taking bribery and all of these things. So at the end of the day, what do you get? No systemic oversight, no enforcement mechanism exists to ensure government authorities consistently follow administrative rules, accounting, legal and regulatory procedures are often not transparent. Non-governmental organizations or private sector associations do not manage any information or informal regulatory processes, and access to governmental records is often difficult or impossible. The government does not have a centralized online location to publish key regulations for the public to access. Ministries or agencies responsible for each sector often develop regulations for those sectors. Get the thing and feel bad about your country, folks. Let them feel because they gotta be other man.
Yeah, time we have to 0776
Can this ever be a rescue government? Can this
086 500?
Show me that one report. You always say, "Oh, we can't talk positive thing. We can't." Show me that. You please send me that good report, man.
0776 104
independent report.
086
500 104. In the bush, you go in the forest, you
plus 231 86 500 104 ID numbers. You can call us on right here, right now. We got like 7 meetings to be right around here. We can pick your calls in. That's 7 meetings and get done out of here. Let's talk to this person on this topic. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Abu. How are you?
Morning.
And good morning, Pastor.
This is Hagan.
Yeah, my name is Mohammed Fama. I call from Look, you see, all what are happening today with all the people. The people, they allow life to bring on what we found separately. And now, you cannot be in government and then you laugh. Social media, all their proper people now are chasing them. Even the one that they can call the job workers. When you check the comment section, you party will fuck you for lying to us. You just a girly liar. You just decided to come and mislead.
Oh yeah, but I told you that I came going to meet you. Waterloo. You think LeBron yesterday giving you opportunity, but thank you, thanks a lot for your contribution. Time is fast spent. Let's squeeze this from the WhatsApp line. Good morning.
Yeah, good afternoon from my end. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Let's hear you, brother.
Yeah, Abu, I want to say thank you guys for your topic. And one thing I want also understand that because I've been joining from the Arab Embassy. you see the reason that all those companies they fixing the product. There are two major things facing in that. The first thing here is what the joint system, and the second thing how the income system. Now we that live here, we see all this. Now most of the people system is income. So now you don't have there or system, you now do this. So all those things you better be afraid because like you're not going nowhere. Everything is positive.
So the corruption, the guys will create stir in the public space and distractions while they are stealing, and Liberians have to wake up to the reality of the Unity Party government, right? Whenever they are called out to do the right things, they will create some kind of, they will find something on the CDC and George Weah, and then they will be stealing and doing all sort of things. Good morning. No, I'm sorry, I can't continue with you. Good morning.
Good morning, Abu.
Good morning.
I'm Sammy Dudra, calling from Fender.
Go ahead, Sammy.
Abu, when labor go in the bush, you have the labor. That means that labor skin change or that labor has changed. So what we plan there, what the people that put there for that on no party.
Much. That's how he responds to the matter. Good morning.
Yeah, Abu. Good morning, my dear brother.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Abu, anyway, this is Idrissa somebody's money. Abu, we told Lebron that the old man is one of the oldest PM in Africa. One guy. The man used his sweet lip and lie to the Liberian people. Our weekend Liberians. I'll be sincere, my brother. The guys were carried away by black guy deception.
Nobody's going to get a job. Nobody's going to get work in this country because the environment is bad. The environment is discouraging. Good morning. Or except the government can try to improve on that.
Calling again once more from Tanja community.
Go ahead.
Abu, in all indication to summarize all what you people just said, it's just bad governance, that's all. Our people is full of coming to do the right thing for the Liberian people. But thank God they see America they used to make reference to saying that, Uncle Sam have spoken, Georgia government, a bad government, thank God. The same people bringing those people out. So they just let we the Liberians, the young people, they know what we are doing and we should do them out coming to them. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Prince Emmanuel Kakula calling from District 3, a district in which when the lawmaker passed, he scared to speak to him like you need scared to jail.
Who the lawmaker is that?
Which is Sumo Moriwa.
Sumoda, no man.
Yeah, to our issue now, to our issue.
Go ahead.
There's the rescue team that keeps saying that they are rescuing in the sense that a lot of corruption and correction acts are going on. But we have seen that in the sense that our brother said that they will always link on the citizen government to bring on the corrupt act in the sense that saying that every day, it's just like the boss say running campaign. How will you be in power and say we're running campaign? Because every time we come to an issue and saying that this is why the CDC people do it and this is what we're trying to do. So you got to live with it, people, and understand that everyone is so corrupt and everything they're doing, they are reaching the higher corruption standard and we're looking at them.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And so let's take you. Good morning.
Morning. Abu, how are you this morning?
I'm fine.
Okay, so this is the Deputy Director at the Liberia Business Registry.
Go ahead, Chief.
Again, sorry, it's my first time calling on your show.
Well, what is it? You have to call your name and probably address yourself.
My name is Lawrence Conley.
Lawrence Conley, go ahead, Chief. So you want to react to the report?
Yeah. So, Abu, my brother, I take zero exception to what I don't know whether he was your host or he was a caller, but I take zero exception to that. The Liberia Business Registry, I wish to invite you so you can take a tour and assessment of the Liberia Business Registry and the way in which runs.
So what is happening there that's different from what's contained in the report? That a website has not been functioning effectively, and of course, I'm very self. I've experienced slowness in your processing of documents, registration papers, and of course, renewal papers takes weeks. How do you respond to those?
So this is it, right? We inherited this institution under a very, 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 very bad system.
You're going back. 1 minute, director. You're going back again, and you have been there for over 1 year to 2 years now. You're still talking about.
This is why I'm inviting you now. This is why I'm inviting you, Abu. This is why I'm inviting you to come and do your own assessment of what we do here. The documents that come to this place take 3 days. They want to make it full. The documents are out. If you go through the system, we got a very set system here. Except where you give the document.
You said 3 days.
3 days maximum. The 4th day is out.
Okay, let's hold that as a word. Let's talk about the website.
So the website, as I speak to you now, there's an ongoing arrangement now for people are putting in their bid now for the upgrading of our website. I can promise you.
So it is true that your website has not been functional.
We made it at that. And not been functional. We've been working very hard.
You made it at that, but you have received budget for 2 years, almost 2 years now, right?
The budget account does not support the website. That's one thing you understand. The budget account is primarily for personnel and operational costs for the LBR.
Okay, is that the first time that it's been happening like that? Because you said you inherited the website issue like that. So how sure are you that the budget?
2000, we took over this place 2004 March. There was no website. There was stockpile of documents. The whole place was dilapidated. The place now, I want you to come here now and see how this system is set up. Abu, look, we agree that not everything is not bread and butter, right? But when there are some good things, you should try to, bring that out to the public so they can know that.
When the good things are 1 minute, what kind of good things are there? But when independent assessment go on, they don't prove and indicate these good things. But you always say there are good things. There are good things.
Abu, it's not real. Let me tell you something.
Oh, you mean the U.S. State Department report is not real?
It's not real. This is a one-stop shop. Everything you think we got Ministry of. Let me make comparison.
You're not serious, man. You're politicking with that. You say the department report is not the U.S. State Department report is not real.
Yeah, but the Liberal Business Registry.
Correct.
My man, the only reality there is the website is down. After that, that's something we met, and that's something we're working on right now as I speak to you. Like I said, with the exception of that, our business registration is on course. You come today. You go through the normal system, except the situation where the LRA system is down.
Oh, you say accept again.
No, but I mean, that is not with the business registry. The business registry is under the Ministry of Commerce.
It's a bottleneck. It has to be coordinated.
Yeah, but when you say the business registry, you are referring to the Ministry of Commerce, and we are under the Ministry of Commerce. And our system here, as far as we're concerned, we are supplying with every blessed day. We sign more than 200 documents every day.
Oh wow, really? You're signing all of those documents? Anyway, thank you very much. Let's hear from other people and see whether librarians truly share what you're talking about here as you respond. But thank you very much for calling in. That was good. So this is it, right? Time is fast spent. Let me squeeze you. Good morning.
Oh Allah. You know, they put Lagos for the guys that will always call to try to add using too much street wall. But when you deal with him, this guy has no clue. They are spamless. You can't say you made it. The system.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. So we'll have to hold you there. Time is fast. It was good that somebody in the business registry and they say they disagree with a report about the business.
So maybe we can give them, we can give them,
and then all the other ones they said. So I said, "Well, you've been receiving for the period."
Okay, so yeah,
so it's
out of time. Just 30 seconds quickly, please.
Yeah, I beg and I will please. I got called to be Bob where he's director for the registry of sale, right?
Okay.
People should stop lying. I just 3 months ago, right? Because I'm trying to open my foundation called the SWORD Foundation, right? My foundation. And it took me almost 1 month and a half to get a foundation certificate.
I suggest that thing. We'll open a call. We'll open call on that thing tomorrow. Let the Liberian people who go in there, because we get these things from the people.
I just open small foundation.
All right, thank you.
Okay, Upton.
I'm one and a half.
Thank you
Upton.
very much. We gotta go, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Marilyn is already here.
Marilyn Joa-Griffiths is here. She's one of the
So-
lead campaigner for to ensure that the housemates in Biggie House are here. So as a matter of fact, there are conversations. We should be having 3 of them, at least 3 of the housemates on the 29th of November.
You'll pay for airtime on the top of that.
I want to see that other one is possible. But yes, we
gotta go.
Yeah, we'll be here on tomorrow for the midweek edition of the program. It has been good being here together. Let's keep the peace of Liberia. This country will not burn.
So, folks, that's how we like to leave you. And just we will be here tomorrow and look at other critical issues. Of course, like I keep saying, we'll review the audit report on the LEC and its operations and all of that, plus other issues making news. Until we see you tomorrow, do have yourself a wonderful time. Bye-bye.